We're the voices of experiencers, and we are the experiencers of extraterrestrials. Just what's out there in the abyss, in the darkness of the unknown. It's time for disclosure and it's time for truth, because what lies in the darkness brings powerful transformation. We're the bridge between two different worlds, with one foot in this reality and one in the next. The shift is here, along with profound integration. Just who are extraterrestrials and what are their plans? It's time to find out with the Voices of Contact.
They came in silence, in shimmer and glow, through the hush of the heavens, but was it brother or foe? A pulse in the night sky, a whisper of flame, calling our spirit, yet never by name. Lifted through starlight, through veils yet unknown, a question awakens deep under the bone. Were we the seekers, or were we the call? Or children remembering that we've never been small? Eyes full of cosmos, hearts beating truth, messengers rising from the wonder of youth. No longer shadows with stories untold. We carry the fire. Our rhythm is bold. Disclosure is breathing. It's not far away. It's living in voices that finally say, we saw, we remember, and we're done with disguise. The truth has been waiting right inside of our eyes. So sing it in cadence, let silence be done. The many are awakening, the moving as one. Not fear, but remembrance is lighting the dome. If they are our brothers, then maybe we're home. Hi, everyone. How are you guys?
Hi.
I have
Good to see you.
goosebumps.
That was really nice.
Thank you.
I love it. Disclosure is here.
Did you write that, Mary?
I'm not going to lie. AI wrote it.
Okay.
I put in the words that I wanted to have in it, but I'm not going to claim that I actually wrote it. But I did like it.
Yeah, it was beautiful. Yeah.
So you did get a little help from a friend.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Somebody who knows the madness of my mind.
So I want to say hi real quick to Tom and Sylvia and Lee. Hi guys. Thanks for being here with us. Yeah, it's great. 3:00 in the afternoon Eastern time. And it's kind of a busy time for people, but we still always get some people that join in.
Yes, we do.
Mm-hmm.
And we appreciate it.
Yes, we do.
And then, of course, we don't know who's really tuning in because not everybody gets on chat. So, right?
No, it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you can be like me. I'm just a lurker. I join, but I don't like talking. I just like listen. And so I'm one of those types of people too.
Now we know.
Yeah.
The story.
So, today's show, I'm excited about because, we're living in some pretty wild times right now.
Yes.
And believe it or not, they're saying come July, we're going to have some, of course, retracted information coming out that's supposed to be very exciting. And what they said was that in this information, they're going to be talking about retrieved craft, retrieved extraterrestrials, and who they are. So we shall see. This is exciting. We've been waiting for this all our lives, right?
Well, we have.
I know.
It's very debatable. And that's what we're going to do today is talk about some of this stuff and what really is going on.
And I don't want to get too much into that part, but if, even if it's like they kind of to distract us off to something else, at least it's something that if it's real, and I think it is, that we've been waiting for this. Now, is it going to be a slow drip? Probably. But I think it's going to bring awareness to more people that are riding the fence, and that it's time to wake up. This is a real thing, and it has been forever. So I'm excited. I mean, I know, there's a lot of hardware that goes along with it, but let's see what happens, and let's think positive on it, and hopefully it comes out that a lot of cool information will prevail. We'll see. What do you guys think? I
agree. A lot. There's I can go on and on for hours on this type of stuff.
Right.
But I'm kind of with you. I'm really excited for the information to come out. But just like how Deb was saying too, like I have an intuition, just like how she does, in a sense, where I feel like there's strings attached to this.
Right.
What's going to come of it? And I think we sense that. I mean, I think everything's going to do it's going to be a slow drip for individuals that are not really familiar with this information. And those that, like us, that are familiar or has experience of some sort, we can help those people along the lines. But we also have to be very gentle with ourselves through that process, because this is a collective kind of thing. We're going to be feeling the way they're going to be feeling, vice versa. There's going to, the push and pull is now going to finally be together. We're going to have to all take this knowledge and make sure that we're there for each other. But this is some big times.
Yeah, no, that you brought up a good point. But the fact that this is happening is long overdue on this planet. The universe is demanding it. There's nothing we can do about it. It's going to happen either way. But this is how everything is put together. The yin and yang is coming together. The knowledge that we're supposed to be exposed to, and we were deprived of, I believe, is going to come around to full fruition. I think it was here before, and it's coming back, and I'm excited about that, because we got to get with it. There's a whole universe out there. We got to catch up.
Right.
Universes.
But I just think that counting on the government to give us disclosure is being a little bit too hopeful.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I think part of the reason they didn't want to get it out, honey, because it was going to expose that they were lying to us. Okay.
No, but we already know that.
Yeah, but I don't care. Just get it out there. I mean, I understand there's probably things that you had to do to hide it, and there was things that were hidden from us that shouldn't have been hidden because it was all military, whatever it was. The fact is that I don't think they have a choice now. They have to say something, because we're not stupid. We know.
Right.
And
I agree with what
I'm reading Tom's message there, and Tom, such a good point. I'm just going to have to bring up my alien dream story. I know you've all heard it before, but we're going to have to tell it again because I like to tell it. Yeah. So in this dream, I'm laying in this trailer. I don't know whose trailer it is. Then all of a sudden, two hot guys walk in. The guy from Criminal Minds and the guy from Thor. I said to them, "Why are you in my room? You are too hot to be in here." And they said, "All the hot people are aliens. And that your job is one day we're going to come to this planet, and your job is to make sure everybody knows that we're coming here to help and be in peace." Now, this was before I was actually overly spiritual. I just remembered the dream. And then the very next day, I was watching Men in Black 3.
Two hot guys.
Oh, yeah.
I know. And then Will Smith was coming down those stairs in that movie, and the models passed him, and he turned around and he said, "I never knew all the hot people are aliens." And I'm like, there it is, Will Smith. There it is. So that's our mission, like Mark said, that we are here to hold the space to help everybody else understand. Because the only thing I'm excited about is the government coming out with it, is because once the government says that they're real, then everybody's going to be actually more accepting to the message that we are putting out, that we have been putting out. We've been talking about in the Voices of Contact for what, the last 3 or 4 years, and way back further than that. We don't need, I agree, that the government to tell us aliens are real, or anybody. We have our own experiences, period.
Yeah.
But this is exciting because it's what we've been waiting for.
Right. It is. And, you know, the difference between somebody who's never had an experience or really looked to the skies or anything, and someone who has literally had contact, whether we want it or not, is we go from being a doubter or maybe a semi-believer to a knower. We know they exist. So when things like this come up, it's a little bit hard to wrap your head around the fact. It's like the congressional hearings. Okay, that was enough from our government to say, no matter what the end result was, there's something going on. Right now, you know, the final say was, you know, we can't prove anything here. We did prove X, Y, and Z were these things, but some of this other stuff is unknown. So goodbye to it. Well, of course, you know, they're not going to say that it is known, even if they do know. But we know. So exactly what you're saying, Mary. I think that more and more people have had contact and have had experiences to be the assistance through all of this. But I don't feel the government's going to be the one to say, yeah, they're real, and convince people.
Mark, I know you want to say something here, but I just want to realize.
I know.
I'll let you talk here, but I want to warn all these people that are here that have been going down these rabbit holes, even myself and everybody, that we are going to be shocked, and we are going to find out things that we had no idea of. And I'm talking about interdimensional and all this other stuff that, you know, that it probably is. And so we have to prepare ourselves, even though we've been researching and know that there's something going on. We're going to be shocked too. Yeah. Go ahead, Mark.
I agree. I wanted to kind of piggyback on what Deb was saying near the end. She said something that reminded me of something too, that is part of what even you were even saying, RJ, about how everybody's just going to be really surprised. Just like how Deb was saying, everyone's been kind of having a lot of experiences. Some people know that they're having them, others don't. Now, if you really, you know, narrow down all of the people that don't know that they've had experiences, us that have had experiences, that knows what it's like and can remember a lot of the things that was kind of like taken from you, in a sense, from your memory, or what. Like, just going back and just being able to dissect the experience, we look at others' experiences, and it's obviously our projection in this manner, but we can look at them and be like, I think that they had an experience. They may not know. We see it, but they don't. But as an individual, it's their truth. So that's why it's hard when, during this process, for people like us, as excited as we can be at this moment, we're also trying to share that space and hold space, because this is a lot bigger than just us.
Right.
But then again, I think everyone is going to start questioning, have I had an experience? Because they talked about theirs, and it sounds something that I've maybe had. And then questions happen, awakenings start happening. They start asking those big, deep questions, and they start seeking for people that can help guide them with those types of questions.
Yeah.
And I think this is where the community as a whole is going to all come together as one. And I think that is going to be the next jump to building that higher ascension.
Right. I mean, it's obvious. We are evolving spiritually, and we are ascending to something. We're more aware of things around us and things that are going on. And but one thing, Mary, that you've done through these regressions, and we've talked about several times, is that these people are having the same kind of experiences. They're experiencing the same thing. So that gives it validity. And even though, like you said, Mark, it's real for the individual. Well, we've kind of proven that it's real, just period, because people are having the same kind of experiences. Mm-hmm. And to me, that's a stamp. That's right on.
Yeah, it's a big time we've all been talking about this, right? And we can talk all we want about all of the things that we knew was going to happen during this time, but I don't know about all of you. I can't speak for everyone, but it's like we knew then how this process was going, but did you guys ever think for a moment and look back at how fast things have been moving just in the last few months alone? And then you're just like, wow, this is moving way faster than I thought it was going to be.
Right.
I honestly thought we still had another year-ish.
Yeah.
And things are kicking quick right now. And I'm just like, wow. But that also shows as a collective, we're ready.
Yeah. Yeah. And we must be, because it's coming out. Go ahead.
This is the year of the becoming. So, and another way to say that, this is a 1 year. So everything is going to be amped up. This is who, as a collective, we begin to become the vibration that we're supposed to. And whatever reality or parallel universe that people are living in, it's still the same theme. We're becoming, and everything's going to keep on amping up faster. Like Deb and I have been saying for a year now, ascension is here. This is a part of the ascension. And that's why it's going so fast, because it's vital. It's time. It's the becoming.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that information came. Yeah, that information came out about the bringing out the disclosure papers in July. Was the day before the Saturn-Neptune alignment in Aries, which apparently hasn't happened for thousands of years. So that was kind of a significant thing that I was watching the other day. And then we're supposed to have an alignment. What day is it on? All the 7 planets.
I'd have to relook it up. I'm not sure what day.
But it's going to a couple of days here.
I don't remember. Yeah.
A couple of days
maybe
here.
The 28th. February 28th. Saturday.
Right.
Yeah. And we just stepped into the Chinese year of the fire horse. Is that what you call it? Yeah. And that's a lot of, same thing, truth and
the age of Aquarius.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Come on, let's bring it on, man. Bring it on. That's why it's happening so fast, man. It's happening. But I was with you. I thought next year was going to be the year, but
Thomas, the 28th.
28th, yeah. I mean, you could imagine even next year how fast this information is coming in. What's going to be like? It's going to be unbelievable once this all just starts coming in like the way it's supposed to. Now they're even talking about having a world fair once this is all disclosed. A world fair where you can go visit these people and see them, so people can find out and see the technologies that they have, and they're talking about that kind of thing. Well, wouldn't it be cool? I mean,
that would be awesome.
Hey, I'm so and so from Pleiades.
Doing events on other planets.
Yeah.
Right?
Starts with a UFO on Venus.
It feels like it's all going fast, and it's because we're at that point. But if you think about it, this has all been in the works since the 1940s. Like in the 50s and 60s. Look at some of the TV shows that came out, and then in the 70s, a lot about this exact thing happening. Lost in Space and Star Wars, and it's been coming out, so it hasn't been like all of it right now, but it feels like it. And does it feel like it because somebody in power is saying, oh, we're going to give you all the information? I don't think, for me, that doesn't make any difference at all, because all of this other stuff is happening. But like the congressional hearings, when that happens, other people go, is there something to that? Now we have to think about it.
Or are they saying, is all our senators crazy or what?
That's another show.
No, I mean, I'm just saying it's cool. I mean, regardless, we not to mask all the stuff that's going on, but besides that, which is, everything's coming to the surface and everything's coming to the head. So it has to for us to move on. So we got to get all this up, get it out, get it on, and then the truth is the only thing left, and that's what we're all seeking. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
It's like truth, but we also want accountability.
Yeah,
that's all.
Yeah,
1000%.
And what have you been holding me back from? Come on, man. You
just want to know, just give us your part of the accountability and just explain it. You don't have to, we know you don't, you're probably not sorry. You did it anyway, but we just want to know, connect the dots for us. So there's no conspiracy theories anymore. We have it flat out.
Right.
We know what's up, and now we can move forward.
Right. Yeah.
And once you, personally, I'm just so excited. I would like to just, talk to these people one-on-one, and what they're going to bring us is just unimaginable. What's going to happen? So we're going to be freaked out. I'm telling you, I love it. We are going to be freaked out. Trust me, because we're going to see things that we've never could imagine.
Yeah, I'd love to hear a little more about what the audience thinks. They've gotten awfully quiet out there. Tom spoke out a little bit, but
they're probably listening to us crazy people.
I agree with Tom, where there is a fear of it all getting politicized, because that was, with my first contact experience back right before 2020, that's what they showed me in that vision, was this right here was going to happen, where the government was going to give the disclosure, but I can guarantee they're going to try to make us be afraid. They're going to politicize it and say, well, now you need us to protect you. And our role is to make sure that they know they're safe.
Right.
It's,
Well, we can only hope that the actual ETs just put a stop to that. So, yeah, that's...
Well, and your experience back in the 70s kind of shows that can happen. They did come in and stop some of the nuclear...
Shut their weapons down for...
Yeah. So, they have more wisdom than we do, I think.
Right.
I know. Can't even say I think.
You don't let kids play with M80s, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. But I totally agree with you and Tom, Mary. Totally. And that scares the heck out of me. So when it came to, the announcement that came out very recently, that hit me hard because of this.
Hit you hard?
It really, Well, because it should not be political whatsoever.
Right.
When it comes to that, now you have to, safeguard so much against. They're going to use fear. They're going to use, there's all this talk about Project Bluebeam and all this stuff that just leave it alone.
But unfortunately, they hold all the documents.
We don't need their documents.
I know, but some people do. Some people do. So, and if everybody's not on board here, there's going to be some real. The more people on board, the less problems we're going to have.
Well, the more people that are in fear,
yeah,
the
we got to
more
get rid of fear.
problems
We got to
we're
get
gonna
rid of fear. Yeah. So,
because we know fear is the ultimate negative emotion,
right.
and not only creates negativity but brings more negativity.
That's what those evil people feed on. They count on us being afraid.
That
We
they
don't
do.
have fear.
Yeah.
It has been a little while since I've listened to Dolores Cannon, but she's kind of said something kind of similar to what you were saying too, Deb. Like she explained a lot of stuff like that, where she was trying to help people understand that this is exactly how this was going to kind of play out. So that's why she was trying to help a lot of people figure out ways to understand a little bit more about everything that we're even talking about.
Right. Eliminate that fear, because if we had something to be afraid of, they could have done us in long ago.
Yeah.
They don't want us gone. We're meant to all become one. We're meant to understand one another and work together.
That's because they're on a higher dimensional frequency, and they know that. They
And
want us to get there.
I'm curious as to, the listeners and your guys's contact experiences. Like, because for me personally, I have never had a contact experience that I'm aware of where I can actually remember being taken. It's always just communication with some kind of, extraterrestrial, just one-on-one. It's never been where I find myself on a craft, on a table. And I know for a lot of different people, there's a lot of different types of experiences. Typically mine are all through channeling and through communication with your guys's.
Well, guess what, Mary?
What?
You're just going to have to get regressed.
I know.
We're working on that.
We're working
We
on
just
it.
need the time to do it, right, Mary?
Right.
Pretty.
We got to
pretty
turn
much.
those tables, turn those tides.
I'm going to have to stay up until midnight so Deb and I can match our schedules.
Right.
Yeah, you
right.
guys are definitely on different schedules. Except for 3:00 in the afternoon.
Oh, that's true.
Right. This is a good time for us. We're both up. But yeah, and I think that everybody has a little different experiences, even though so many similarities come out. My big one was 2016. I don't remember being taken, but I remember before I could see it, I could feel it. And then I saw it, the ship that, or whatever it was, shaped as a pyramid. Bogged my car down, turned my interior lights on. I was frozen. I could not move. And to me, I thought it was just gone and I was home. It took quite a while.
An hour and 9 minutes.
Yeah. But it took a few days for me to realize, oh, wait. It took me an hour and 9 minutes to get home, and I was only 3 miles from home. But I do remember laying on a table. I do remember some sort of telepathic communication. I remember hands coming at me. One of the things that I didn't understand, and I didn't talk a whole lot about, was I just had this goo over me. And I could feel it, and I kept in my brain, I'm saying, I shouldn't be able to breathe. I'm going to die because I can't breathe through this. No idea what it was or anything like that. But I happened to bring it up in front of Catherine Martin, who said, "Oh, Deb, that's common. They use that. They they tack you in it or something for transportation."
For those of you who don't know, Catherine Martin, it was
Or
the
Kathleen Martin.
She's the niece of Benny and Barney Hill.
Yeah, and she has spoke at Michigan UFO Con for us. So, there's things like that just come out of experiences that, I had no idea that I had something happen that is common, but people really don't talk about it because it freaks you the frick out. I was so freaked out over that, But do I remember being taken? No. I've tried. But a regression will be happening.
I'm excited.
Maybe they're kinky.
I'll be nice. We're on the air.
Bring in the
What
goo.
about you, Mark? Sorry, RJ.
What's that?
I cut you off. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
He was being naughty.
Oh,
He said, "Bring in the goo."
I said, bring in the goo.
Yeah, that stuff, whatever that you were describing, that felt like that goo. On Cosmic Disclosures, I don't remember what episode it was, but I think they talked about that as well. They talked about how they use that to move them around, and it's safe, and it's also, I think, doing something like scanning and figuring everything out while they're taking you wherever they got to take you. I don't know. It was something. I can't remember if I'm mixing some stuff up. So, but yeah, Cosmic Disclosure has talked about that.
Yeah, it could be, a sanitizer, so that, you don't get affected by certain things that another species has, or they don't get affected by what you have, and bacteria and everything else. So this will probably a lot of goes into it,
For sure.
I'm not a show person, so I don't watch any of that. So I wouldn't know. But Kathleen really did help me realize that wasn't just a wacko thing in Deb's brain, that it is something they do. I remember tape being pulled, or to me, it looked like black electrical tape being pulled off my forehead. And I didn't remember that for a while, a couple of weeks, while I was not sleeping and pacing and going out of my mind. But for days, I just kept rubbing my head. My head hurt. Felt like something was wrong. And then later I realized, and I'm not even sure how, I guess they told me, it was a part of like a download. They were inserting information and taking information. So people are going to see this and go, "Wow, she is really."
I love it. That's so interesting.
Reason.
And for us, like when you're speaking, it makes so much sense. Like we get you. But in time, a lot of the viewers they're going to get there, and once all of this stuff comes out, I think there's going to be a lot of dots connecting, and I think some people are going to definitely they'll be in par with us soon. So they won't think you're so crazy after just connecting some dots of themselves.
Well, good. And that's why we do the show, right? Is we want to help normalize conversation on this, because there's so many people that have been through similar experiences. And I can tell you it's traumatic. It's not like, oh, that was cool. It's traumatic because you don't know exactly what happened. You don't, everybody thinks, why me? Am I that crazy? did I make this up? So there's all these, you need to be able to talk. So with Voices of Contact, people can tune in and go, oh, wow, okay. So this is happening to other people. So maybe I'm not so crazy.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And help normalize conversation about, the whole phenomenon to get us all through that and all to the point that we can handle disclosure.
You can handle the truth.
Yeah.
You can handle it.
If we think about it, when all this starts to come out, there's going to be a lot of people that just start to, kind of lose their shit because it's going to be overwhelming.
Yeah.
Right.
It's going to be it's going to be really hard for a lot of people to grasp that understanding.
Mm-hmm.
Because it is mind blowing when you think about it.
And who knows? Maybe the ETs are behind this too, and they want to see how this is going to go. See how this actually goes when it goes public. We call it public on the media, so mainstream, whatever.
Yeah, and I mean, just because United States of America has a congressional hearing and then has a president who says, I'm going to bring the truth, many countries, there are other countries that have said, this is real.
Mm-hmm.
They're further ahead than we are. And it hasn't altered a lot of people who say, that's nothing.
Well, it's funny you said that because they said that the other countries are agreeing with this and they want it to happen. So most countries do. So that was one thing they did say, that leaders from the other countries are saying, yeah, okay, let's get this done.
Right. Well, but if other countries have already said it's real,
I mean, Italy,
they want everyone on board.
Yeah, Italy has a bunch of UFO stuff. In South America, they have a bunch of UFO stuff. And people in India have always known that there are extraterrestrials everywhere. So,
well, and that's why you have so many cultures that are more spiritual.
Yeah,
because, and Mary and I have talked about this quite a bit. You can't separate the phenomenon and spirituality. It's intertwined.
Yeah.
So,
yes, I'm excited. I just, I hope it comes out great.
So, Tom, you think they will reveal themselves more after the release of the files?
Yeah, well, I hope so. I mean, I think, like I said, maybe they're just trying to see what kind of reaction the world's going to have. And if that's the case, I would think they would show themselves more.
As long as it's not too, if there's any release of anything, it could also pose a danger to them. So will they expose themselves more? I think it all depends.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of people who just think they're evil. Yeah. So.
Yeah. And they're told to think that way.
Yeah.
I think they're going to let us sit with it. Majority, I'm just going to say, as a full collective, they're going to probably let majority sit with it for a while before they interact with them. And I think it's also because they already feel vibrations due to their connection. Like some of them, if they feel that you are afraid, they're out.
Right.
Like they won't even do it because they know that that's not what their intent is. Like they don't want to make you afraid. They want to, because they felt your vibration. They're like, oh, maybe, and they're like, oh, they're afraid, and they will become more. They're gonna probably just appear a lot, just to help you kind of get used to it. They're gonna probably help you see, like, oh, hey, we're here. There's no need to be afraid. they're probably just going to start off very mild for people like that. But starting, I think, honestly, now until maybe next year, after sitting with it, there's going to be some maybe people that might be having a little bit more experiences too.
Yeah.
Or there's a possibility, and we can't really say 100% because everyone each to their own, because every individual's life is, different. We can't state why they came here, why they're having these experiences during this time in a more deeper manner. So we can't really speak upon that, but we can also just say we also know how it is to go through those experiences. Mm-hmm. So if anyone that after going through learning about all of this information and they're dissecting things and they have questions, then kind of go through some rabbit holes and be a little open-minded and see where it kind of leads you.
Now, there's information about when in the past they tried this. In the past, way back, all we did was deify or making gods, and they didn't want that, and so they left. Because of the technology and because of what they could do, and so they definitely don't want that to happen. But I think enough information got out there that's what not they don't want that. So we're just brothers and sisters, man. And there's a whole universe out here you guys are going to be a part of. So
right,
universes, I should say.
Well, and that's why I think that the law of one is a lot more known now than it used to be. How many years have we been saying we are one with all things? We need to realize that we can't limit that to human beings on one planet. We're one with all beings on this planet. What about the rest of the universe? Right. What about the other dimensions? We're connected with all. And many have known this for really hundreds of years, but it's being talked about more and more and more. The law of one is being talked about more because of what you said. They don't want to be deities. They're not deities. We are one.
Mm-hmm.
Just my humble opinion.
Amen, sister.
Yep, well said.
Thank you.
I think it's going to start small for people, like with the all is one, like everyone is one. I think it's going to start a little small. Like people have to start learning that we're all still connected to Earth, and Earth is kind of hurting. So we need to kind of help with Earth and start, helping the ecosystem a little bit. We'll be able to start going to a more cleaner route and helping ourselves build a future that we are still here. And I think we're going to also, obviously get that technology to be able to help us go through this types of stuff. So it's exciting. I think it's going to start like that. I personally don't think that we're going to be going to other universes or other planets or traveling outside of our Earth until probably another couple hundred years, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe. As fast as we're going technology-wise, maybe the next 80 to 100. Who knows? But I don't think we're going to be getting to that part until we start helping ourselves get to a better civilization.
I read information out there that they actually have technology that can clean our world up in probably 3 weeks, if we
for sure.
if we got down to that. But and we're talking about, just purifying the air, purifying the water, getting rid of all the pollution, and having the right kind of energy to supply us. That's earth friendly. So all that stuff's coming. Like you said, we don't, I mean, I agree it's going to be a little while before we start taking off and going to other places, but I don't think it's going to be that long in my opinion, but we'll see.
There.
Yeah, I think we're going to have some choices here, but we'll see.
Right. Well, right now, I mean, as humans, we think of ourselves as a dense human body. And dense human body at this point can't do certain things.
Right.
But our soul sure does. Our consciousness certainly does. When we're taken, there's been many instances, and I think Bill Konklowski talks about that quite a bit, of it's your consciousness
Or astral body.
that's taken. Same thing.
Yeah.
And not the dense physical body. Used to be, and sometimes it still does happen. But oftentimes people see things, experience things, but their body never leaves the planet. So in some ways, we are traveling already. As far as the dense body doing the traveling, yeah, I'm with you and Mark. It's going to be a little while.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you're going to get buy tickets to, Rigel 1 for a while, but eventually they'll be offered, So, I mean, it's weird because, like you said, you brought up a good point. Space travel in itself might be rough on the body, our physical bodies. But, if you look at some of these grays, it seems like they're exoskeleton, right? That they're on the outside. And maybe that's the best kind of a body for space travel. Doesn't it look that way to you sometimes, that they have an exoskeleton kind of a look? Maybe that's insectoid. I don't know, but
it might be a suit. It might be like a full body suit that kind of just hovers just over them and helps them. Yeah,
you're right. It could be a suit, and get lenses on the eyes and everything else we've talked about. We've heard about it.
Kind of similar to what Deb had that experience. Maybe it might be something similar to that.
Right.
Or maybe, maybe, hear me out, you guys. Maybe the human body is just a pod, and we have these pods all over the universe, and all we're really going to do is consciously teleport from this pod to another one whenever we want to visit that reality. It could be the parallel universes are actually just pods.
Right.
And we're just going to learn how to hop into it and live that reality when we want to.
Yeah. See, that's the kind of stuff I'm telling you. If we find out, we're going to be a little freaked out, man. So,
similar to Avatar.
I love that.
Yeah, similar to Avatar. Yeah, for sure. And maybe that's why they're showing us that movie. So
yeah, I think that's a great point, Mary. I really do. Good one.
There's so many things out there we don't even recognize or realize the reality of it. Not even a smidgen close.
That's true. That's true.
Well, the human brain is designed to only work a little bit. It's like our vision. We think, we can see everything. No, our vision is so limited. We don't see what other beings, even right here on this planet, see. Cats and dogs see way more than we do. So there's all kinds of things going on that we don't see. We don't think. We can't imagine. But as soul, as consciousness, it's a whole different ballgame.
Heck yeah, it is.
Heck yeah. So I'm going to go hop in my other pod and have a good time.
Sports car in it.
This is why I'm waking up so tired. I'm partying like crazy in the other pods. Well, the possibilities are endless. So, hi, Jonathan. He got a kick out of that one. Good to see you.
I mean, even like heard some people today talking about Bigfoot. So often you find the prints start here, and like 10 feet away they stop.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they're part of a parallel universe just right next to us. They come in and out of it. So what was to say ETs are like that? Some of the ETs,
Right.
So
Yeah.
because you see ships fading in and fading out. These light ships. So
Airplanes.
they're going in from one dimension to the other, and one multiverse to the other. So we've got a lot to take in here. It's going to be pretty amazing, but we'll see.
Yeah. Rosemary Ellen Guiley, I heard her speak probably 15 years ago. And she was so brilliant, and so in touch with other realms of existence. But she talked about the probability that many of these beings just don't exist fully in this dimension. They're interdimensional. So yeah, that's why, people say, well, you never find dead bodies, and, you find prints for half a mile and then they're gone, things like that. Well, yeah. But we know portals exist.
I think what's going to blow a lot of people's minds is the fact that just depending on your frequency will help you get in and out of those types of places. So what's going to be really fun is understanding that we are also interdimensional, and depending on how we tune our bodies into that frequency might shift us in those moments. So, for example, a lot of those people that just go missing in the woods, who's to say that maybe they were just vibing pretty high and they were just enjoying their walk, or something was going on and they were just feeling at the right vibe and walked in between certain trees that just had that portal during that moment, and boom, now they're in another plane of existence. And on this existence, they just went missing.
Right.
And they're probably still enjoying their lives on another plane of existence just from that little portal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like
Look
planes that go
into
missing in the sky.
But there's also a little twist to that, though. What if they didn't want to do it and they can't get back? Then we always think of that, like, oh my God, I can't get back. Where's that door?
You got to vibrate lower. You got to get more negative in that place.
But I think at one time we knew how to do those things a lot more. We open portals and go through them and coming back. And I think Sasquatch, with its voice, with its vibrations, and I think it has to do with sound and vibrations to open them up, that they can do that. Yeah. And they're a lot more intelligent than we even give them credit for. Anyway, it's weird because we're going to learn how to do that again. We're going to learn how to open those portals, and it's like pushing it up numbers where you want to go. You just got to get that frequency and say, yeah, I want to be there. I want to be here. I want to go there, and you got to be on the right frequency.
Yep.
Amazing.
Yeah, it is. It's so exciting that, just knowing so many other people are thinking, wow, is this disclosure? And, with announcements like that coming out, no matter how you feel politically or anything else, because we don't even want to go there, it does say there's something out there. There's something to this. And
there's
about time.
Everything out there, not something, everything.
Right. But we've been trying.
Everything's out there. Anything you want's out there. Anything
We're opening up to the supernatural, and man, UFO Con this year is going to be huge. Just huge.
And
people are just going to feel compelled. Well, but like for me, like the UFO Con, though, people are going to feel so compelled to go because that's where they're going to get their answers with all the other people who are actually living in real disclosure. They'll be able to find a community there. They're going to be compelled to be drawn to it.
what was amazing is that we had a lot of new people last year, right?
You
And
did.
they raised their
Yeah.
hands. It was like, man, it was like a third of the
lot.
crowd was new. Yeah.
Right.
So you're right, Mary. That's
Right.
going to be even more so probably this year because
Huge.
people want to know. Yeah.
It's
You want to talk
beautiful
about
to
it.
see. It really, really is. That,
Mhm.
you know, it's all making a difference. We're all, you know, working our mission, so to speak,
That's
and
right.
it's making a difference. It's helping. People are waking up. People are becoming more authentic, remembering who they are
Yes.
and what they're supposed to be doing here.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
What's your little guy's name, Mark?
Oh, I have two. I have two of them. This one's Appa.
Appa? Hey, listen, it reminds me of the Men in Black.
Yeah, and he's a pug. And then this one here is Momo.
Aw.
Oh,
So sweet.
yeah.
He's the older one. He's 11, and this one is 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
So cute.
And loves the
They're lap
babies,
dogs. So anything I'm doing, they need to be on my lap.
We got to get them with squeakers and see how they do. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just they want to be around me, but then they also want to protect the house. So every once in a while when I've been doing this, they've been barking here and there, and I've been muting myself like, oh boy.
Oh, that's
You
fun.
couldn't
Yeah.
even tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
We never
were
heard them.
going off. I know I was doing really good at the muting.
Good job. Oh, this has been so interesting and exciting, Mary.
Yeah.
Thank you for allowing us to open up and happy dump here.
And we want to thank
I
everybody
know,
for
right?
everybody
Yes,
that's
thank
joining
you.
us. I hope that you're enjoying this too, like we
Yeah.
are. So
Yeah.
that's the goal. And
The fourth Tuesday, we'll be talking about our experiences. And so we'll be
Okay.
having experiencers on, like Deb Cobble, Well, she was supposed to be coming on today, so hopefully we'll get her next week because her story is amazing. And
Oh,
we have
boy.
we know so many people with so many stories. We are the disclosure. So
And that's what it's all about. That's why we do this, is to get those stories out. Share it.
but it's exciting time to be alive. Exciting time to be alive.
Yes.
it is.
Yes, it is.
Disclosure is here.
And this is why Mary does this. She helps she does the regression. She helps people understand going through this process.
Right.
This is why she helps people listen in on some of these regressions to get a perspective of, what it's like to go through some of these processes. And to also give people an idea and an understanding that it's nothing to be afraid of. It's something to heal and to understand and to be able to, ground yourself a lot more and just to understand exactly what we're here for.
Very well said. Yep.
We will appear as the crazy ones, and we're okay with it.
That's right. Well, that's all we
That's so
have
great.
for today. So huge thanks to you guys, to the audience, and
Love
we
you
will
all.
see you next Tuesday.
See you next
Good job,
Bye,
Mary.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Love you guys.